Happy Thursday, everybody. It's the beginning of Star Wars Celebration. It's starting. That's why we're here at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Whoa!
Perfect. Really well done. Well timed and everything. Genuine. So it is the start of Star Wars Celebration. There's going to be a lot of coverage happening on this channel with myself, Steph, and Mike Kalinowski. You'll be seeing all of that. That's why this is on early today. We have a lot to cover on this show. Bret finally saw Severance. That's interesting. I just started watching The Time Traveler's Wife on HBO Max. I watched about 7 or 8 minutes of Ambulance. You guys did me wrong with that one. We'll talk about that. But the big story, the big thing, I think, is Top Gun Maverick is poised to make $100 million in the opening weekend, which is great news for a great movie. So we'll talk about all that and more with the Thor trailer. Roxy has obviously watched a bunch of stuff, but we're excited because Bret to the Future returns on this show. So we'll be debuting that segment, or re-debuting that segment, if you will. So with that being said, remember, if you didn't already know this, that this show, Sith Council, all of it is on the Big Thing podcast feed. I know a lot of people like to watch or listen to this show on their long drives or on the way to work. Please do it on the podcast feed. It helps the show tremendously. It helps us get great sponsors. And if you're able to do it, please go to either Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever podcasts are found, and go to the Big Thing podcast feed. Right now, there's 4 episodes a week. There will be 5 soon. But let's talk about some more stuff. It's myself. It's Roxy Stryer. It's Brett Sheridan. It's the Big Thing. Let's do it. Beef and beef and beef, beef and beef and shoes and beef. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's the Big Thing. It's Thursday. I got to do something because I know that Roxy and Brett, they're like everybody else. Once they're not on the show, they don't listen to the show, and that's fine. But I got to play them something. Hello, Roxy. Hello, Brett.
Hello.
Hello, Kristian.
See, unlike you, I do listen to your show and watch your show, and you know that I do because you saw me in your chat the other day.
You've watched like 3 times ever.
I've watched more than 3 times. You know that. Your channel more so maybe than the World Girls, but not anything against the World Girls. I think you guys are doing a great thing over there.
That was an interesting morning shade.
It wasn't a shade. I just say, if you ask me which one I've watched more, I've probably watched your streams more.
Yeah.
Than this World Girl stuff is really interesting. It's really fun. And I like that you guys give things a whirl.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun over there. A lot of funny fun.
Yeah.
But I have to ask you guys this.
Yeah.
We played the Arnold song already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that one, Arnold. We got it. Now listen to this.
Human race.
No. I got something else in my head, Brett. The human race is great. I was singing this one in my head, and we'll be talking about it. Here it is. It's a little low, but we'll have to deal with it. You just wait. This is beautiful.
But wiser, you created a monster, and they call him Frankenstein.
Do you know this, Brett?
Yeah.
And the tavern down the street is a laboratory where he makes the transformation all the time.
It's so. But wiser, you created a monster. Any idea?
Why do you
Stallone.
know this?
It's Stallone.
Oh.
It's Stallone from
what?
Rhinestone.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The Budweiser, you created a monster. I've been singing it while
Wait,
I'm
start
cooking.
it again. I want to see if I can recognize his voice now.
But when I'm
It
cooking
doesn't sound like him at all.
no, and you can hear it once you listen a little bit. But created a monster and Frankenstein. It's the best. He really and it's moving. Here he goes.
But wiser, you created a monster, and they call
I don't hear him at all.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Wow, damn.
Incredible. It's really incredible. All right, we're gonna get into the Top Gun stuff, but I got to talk about this Ambulance movie. People are saying, "Oh, it's one of Michael Bay's best since a long time." That is such a low bar.
They told you to watch. And
People were telling me to watch it. It's a good one. You'll enjoy it. It's early 2000s. He is a terrible director. It's amazing how bad of a director he is. When you combine because then I started watching the Batman again, and you look at how great of a director Matt Reeves is. The difference between the car I was watching the car chase in the Batman, which is phenomenal.
so great.
And
One of the best parts.
so great. Even my wife, who doesn't even pay attention to this stuff, was like, "Oh, that's a great shot." The way that it's shot, the intensity, and it's not just a shot to be a cool shot. It adds to the scene. Michael Bay stuff is the same bullshit over to the slow motion, and I kept saying I want to watch because the movie might turn out to be good, the story wise of it, because I like Gyllenhaal. I like who's the dude? Oh shoot, who's the guy that plays his brother? The black guy. I really like him a lot.
I honestly hadn't even heard of this movie until you just.
Well, it
mentioned
came out.
right?
It came out earlier this year.
A while ago.
Yeah, I mean like 2-3 months ago. And it bombed in the theater, but everyone was saying how it was good, but it's just because it's not that kind of, I don't think it bombed for the same reasons that I don't like it, because I think a lot of people do like this movie.
So it wasn't a straight to streaming release.
No, it was
a
not.
Theatrical release.
Yeah,
and I just completely missed.
And it bombed because it's just so, it's just so early 90s. People like, look, 6.1 out of 10 for people who have seen it.
Oh, I love
Let's
Jake
see.
Gyllenhaal.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II?
Yes.
What?
Yahya Abdul-Mateen. He plays like his like the adopted brother, and he's great. They're both great. And even so what is Isa Gonzalez? What is she in?
Oh, she was just in a movie that people didn't love, Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So,
I liked her.
Again, so here's my issue though, is that Michael Bay is so predictable. She's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Oh, that's Michael Bay's thing.
Cast her as the EMT, like the lead EMT, who's like she's a great EMT, but she just can't. She's not emotionally attached, right?
Detached.
She's not. I say she's not emotionally attached. So yes, detached.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you.
yeah, same page. So but either way, it's fine. I'm not saying that EMTs are not attractive. She's done up in makeup like she's going to the Oscars. It's like, what are you talking about? She knows. Let her look like she's been on the road for like 24 hours, and she's like, it's okay to make her not. He glamorizes everything, and the first shot you see of the two of them, Yahya and Jake, it's this spinning 360 camera shot, and it's like, just let them have the dialogue. What are you doing? And I couldn't concentrate. And the story was interesting at first, like this, and then he tries to be Heat in the beginning of this entire shootout, and it's like in 1997, maybe this movie starts to garner attention. I know, I can tell you right now why this thing bombed. It's just like I've seen it a million times over, and his style is so lame. I can't stand his directing. It's so lame, and it definitely detracted from the me even giving it a chance, because the story might be good. And
How many minutes you make it?
17 maybe. Maybe it's and it was
tough.
but it had nothing to do with the story. Like the story, like they go, it was just a generic story. Like they go, like I guess I didn't know what it was about going into it, and they set it up in the beginning where, like I said, she's this detached EMT who is she's with the new partner, and the partner's like, here's what I hear about you, you're the best, but nobody wants to be your partner because blah blah blah. So then they set that up, and then here's this here's the bank heist that goes wrong, and I said to my wife, I go, what's going to happen? They kidnap the EMT, and now they got to figure out how to. She's going to wind up getting attached to him because something goes down. And I go, I'm done with this. We turn it off. I read the description. It's exactly what the movie's about, and I'm like, forget it. I'm like, I never, you know me, I never bail on shit.
Yeah,
I don't bail on stuff, and I'm like, and I was the one, because usually it's you guys, for anybody who listens to this show, and we'll talk about something else that she did this with. My wife always bails on stuff. Always. And last night, she threw it back at me, and I'm like, because what did she bail on last night? Oh, I started watching Time Traveler's Wife, and I love it. And I love the first episode. She's like, I don't know if I want to watch that anymore. Well, I'm watching it without you because I like it. And I was
You're
like,
going to do that, but you're not going to watch Severance without
I will watch Severance without her. I will. And because she bails on everything, and I go, you bailed on? She goes, you bailed on Ambulance. I go, I did. I did bail on Ambulance. She threw it right back at me.
This is a bizarro question, but I've been noticing this trend more. Is detached woman sexy? Like, is that a sexy character trait? Because I feel like now on screen, all the women are like emotionally unavailable. I feel like they're trying the things that typically we used to see in men on screen. Now we're seeing that in women, and I feel like maybe that's because dudes dig that, or is that just because that's what they're doing?
I think that's probably what they're doing.
But that's not like a hot thing for you guys.
Yeah, look, she's an attractive woman, so anything she's going to do is going to be attractive.
Right.
So it's like, and the fact that
she's gorgeous.
But it's like, my wife was like, she's an EMT. She's like, where's she going? She's all dressed up, like
Probably in heels.
I mean, no, she's in the outfit, but like she's all glamorized. It's like, it's just a typical like old school Michael Bay that I think is so dated. It's just so dated. And I was try to watch it. It's on Peacock. Like, try to watch it. It's. and I think there's a lot of people out there who really like the movie. And they're
simpletons. Every last one.
Every last one of them. No, I understand because I am making it very clear. It had nothing to do with any performances. I thought the acting was fine.
Fine? That's not. No,
great. It was good. It was good. I mean, I liked the chemistry between the two of them. It was
between Jake and Yaya.
Yes, I thought it was good. I liked that kind of setup. But it's like I couldn't even engage. Like there's this whole thing where Yaya is going through some stuff in the beginning of the movie, and he's trying to like be legit, but he's got to go to his brother in Gyllenhaal to ask him who's the criminal, right? And going to talk to him.
Jake's a criminal?
Yeah, and he's going to talk to him about this mission, and I'm like, okay, I'm on board with this story. Then let me spin around the garage, and then I'm gonna light and there's a close up of somebody's face, and then a really bad joke. Michael Bay is so not funny. He's like that guy that thinks he's hilarious at a party, and everyone's just like, dude, when are they gonna tell him those jokes are terrible? And no one tells him. There's like this lame joke. They're all the crew gets into this elevator, and they're like ready, and they're ready to go. And then they stop, and a cane comes in, and it's an old lady who comes in to stop the rhythm of it, and it's like, come on, dude, it's atrocious. And I was like, I'm like, come on, I want to like this movie because I like the story. I feel like with a different director, this movie could have been awesome.
What has he done that isn't Transformers?
The Rock, which, by the way, and it's another thing, pats himself on the back in the middle of, like, they're having a dialogue, the two cops, and they bring up The Rock inside of the car, like a little meta nonsense, and people are gonna not. I like that. It wasn't bad. I just do not like this guy as a director. I think he's so pompous.
Like that would have worked for you if it wasn't him.
Maybe somebody else they would have done it.
We're just
everything
still
about
pissed
it.
he didn't put us in that commercial.
You and I were. It was you, right?
Rewind. Pause.
So we went.
Start the story.
We auditioned. It was a Super Bowl commercial, wasn't it?
What year are we talking?
Oh God, this has to be
2000 something.
It's got to be mid 2000s. Yeah, if not early 2000s. It was a beer commercial, and Brett and I killed it.
Yeah,
like we were great. We were great.
It was one of those auditions you were duoing.
There was like a bunch of us. There's a bunch of people. It's like you were supposed to be like crazy rowdy fans, right? And we were like, yeah, we nailed that. Never heard anything back. Did you get called back?
I got called back because I auditioned for. Was he in the room?
He was in the room.
Yeah.
Maybe I did get a call back.
Yeah, you must have.
I must have, because he was in the room when I was there.
And you guys were in the room with Michael Bay for a commercial callback for a beer.
Yeah. And he said something like,
how have I never heard this story before?
And the fact that you go, was it you? You didn't even know it was.
It was a long time ago.
I got called back for these sporting ones all the time.
Right.
And I don't watch sports. I don't know. But I think I don't do, because he goes, if one more guy, chest bumps another dude, I'm gonna scream. Like, don't do all the typical,
base of that.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I feel like he would love that? Don't you feel like Bay would eat that up?
I don't know. It was, for some reason, it was either high five, something he was pissed about. I think it was just the chest
whatever
bump thing,
it was.
because we were just supposed to be,
and then he got up, and took the camera and spun around the room. It's like and heightened the colors, and then there's a woman walking by, and he zoomed in on her legs and panned up to her ass, and it's like,
damn,
he's just not a fan. And I'll tell you what, I was thinking about this morning with this guy too. Everyone's like, well, hey, he makes money. He was on the way down, and then he got lucky with Transformers. Like because Transformers, I love the Transformers movie, the 1987 or 86, whatever the hell it was. Animated is one of the it's still the best Transformers movie. People still like that first one. I don't like the first one. I think it's so silly that Optimus Prime is bouncing around a house, and it was like, what is that? No, it's the best out of the ones that's not Bumblebee.
How many are there?
I don't even know anymore. They're doing another one, and it's like I'm dreading it because I wish they would have just let Travis Knight do it, because Bumblebee is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
Bumblebee is hands down.
It's really good.
It is.
I like the first Transformers though. Not better than Bumblebee, but I do like it.
But you're not like a massive Transformers fan, right?
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I think it's like
you would predict that I would like that movie, because I went and ate a ton of popcorn. Probably was
lots of people like that movie.
Out of my mind.
And lots of people love the first one. I was expecting a little bit more too. I think that the CGI was fantastic.
I enjoyed it, and I because I didn't go into it expecting anything. Like it was just like I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
You got what you expected.
Transforming.
Yeah,
I don't care about what was it. I went with Leaf, and he's like, yeah, a lot of plot holes. I'm like, there was a plot. There was like, I heard like,
yeah, that was cool for you, and that's why it did so well. That's why it did so well, and I understand that. So I'm just saying.
Is he your least favorite director?
No, I mean, you Bowl's up there. he's pretty bad. But I think that it's just the way that he just detracts from the story. He didn't know he didn't direct Bad Boys the last one, did he? I don't think he did.
I don't know. Also, does he not write any of the stories?
I'm not sure. But check. I don't see, because I liked the last Bad Boys. I'm gonna guess that he didn't direct the last one, because I didn't love the first. The first two, the way Makuga does, right? I thought they're okay, but like I liked the third one. I think
Bad
the best.
Boys for Life was directed by, I don't actually know who this is, Adil El Arbi.
Right, but it wasn't directed by Michael Bay. That's my point, and that's why I
Bilal
liked
Fallah.
it. There are a lot of people who do like Michael Bay. I am not one of them, but anyway, I will. I mean, I can't promise you that I'm ever going to try to watch that movie, because it was so predictable. The crew was really stupid too. The way that they try to rob the bank.
I liked it.
You didn't even see it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Bad Boys. I don't remember what happened in the movie.
Perfect. I liked it.
I'm trying to see Michael Bay if he writes any of this stuff, because you would think that he clearly has so much autonomy over what he does that you would think he just kind of would be like, everybody else has no say in it.
I'm just not a fan of that movie. Clearly.
He was the producer of Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah, the bad one. All right, let's go. Moving on.
You were done with that, Kristian.
I'm pretty.
All right. All right.
I'm just done with it. But look, what I'm not done with is Top Gun Maverick.
No.
It's
hitting.
hitting.
Go again.
I would like to try. I just realistically, I don't know. If I'm gonna see another movie in the theater, I have to see
Everything Everywhere at Once.
I have to.
What do we
maybe,
do?
Maybe we go and see that
Yeah,
together.
Yeah.
We should probably go.
It's so annoying.
I want to see. It's gonna be on. Someone told me it's coming to. Someone told me it was on streaming already, and I looked, and it's not.
People just make shit up.
Well, but
the amount of times people will tweet at me something like that, like, if you want to watch it, it's just on Hulu, and I'll look, it's not there. I'm like, why would you do that?
Everybody was doing that for the Thor trailer. Did you see that?
No.
So everybody was waiting. Well, you were watching the basketball game, but everybody was waiting for the Thor trailer to drop, because it's one of the biggest trailers of the year, obviously. And Chris Hemsworth comes out the night before and says, we're gonna drop this big trailer. So everybody's waiting. So these dill holes on it was actually I laughed at it. I thought it was funny. People started. It was like they were rickrolling people. And they were like, "Oh, the Thor trailer! This is amazing!" And it was like Morbius.
Incredible.
It was pretty.
I like that stuff.
I started to get a kick out of it.
The guy that we interviewed at Collider who used to do that, put out those tweets about random different.
I wasn't in the.
You weren't there
I
for
wasn't
that?
there for that, but it was the one that Riley found. Riley loved him. It was.
You know who I'm talking
I know you're talking
about.
about. He put out all these.
He doesn't see movies and he puts out reviews.
He
for
put
them.
reviews out,
Funny as
but
shit.
and he started out like legit, and then halfway through it, he'd be talking about like a salami sandwich or something like that.
That was funny.
And then people would retweet it.
And people
and all
get
that.
so mad, and
Yeah.
they're like, "I can't believe
Yeah,
that in the
yeah,
next
yeah.
Batman movie that fucking Spider-Man comes in on the salami." Yeah, it's crazy.
He riled people
Everybody
up well.
believes
Yeah,
him.
it's pretty
Yeah.
great. I didn't realize you guys had him on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It left an impression, except for his name, which I do not remember.
Perfect.
Also, can't remember what he looked like. Can't remember what he sounded like.
No.
But left an impression.
By the way, did you see Bob's Burgers? Did you see
No.
the movie? I saw it.
No, I was supposed to do the junket for that.
Did you watch that show?
I've seen bits of it. I don't know why I don't. I hear it's wonderful.
So I did my review of it. I think the movie is definitely for people who watch the show. I had never seen a frame of the show.
Yeah.
Were you confused?
Not confused. I just didn't think I was attached to any of the characters, because it was jarring to me. Dan Mintz is a comedian and he does the voice of like the mom, right? And it's so jarring. They don't even try to make it pretend it's a woman. Like, it's clearly just a dude. And there was a few characters like that. As I'm watching, I'm like, I feel like if you watch the show, you know this already, and you just go into this going, yeah, that's just the characters. That's how it works. It was just jarring for me on the first time to watch
You're
it.
playing catch up.
Yeah, just trying to associate, going like accept it that this is the character and that's just how she sounds.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's clearly just the dude doing a mom's voice.
I don't even know the premise of the show. I've never seen a single frame.
So I don't know the overall premise of the actual show, but I can tell you what the movie is about. Is that this family who owns this burger joint, they're trying to get a loan to keep it open, and then like a sinkhole opens up in the middle and in front of their restaurant, and they have to try to figure out how they're going to keep the business open. And then like there's like a murder mystery that happens because they find like a body in the sinkhole.
Was it funny?
I think parts of it were funny, and I think that I think I was starting
Rave review. I think.
Well, no,
because
I want to be fair to the movie.
Right.
That as I was watching it, I was saying to myself, a lot of the times, I just think that I would like this movie if I cared about the characters more, if I knew the characters more. Which I did, and I started to say this movie's clearly meant for the audience. It's meant for the audience, and it's like, and I said, is it a good movie? And I said, if you're a fan of the show, I think it is a good movie, and I think it is a good movie if like, and I left it going, did I hate that movie? No. Did I dislike that movie? Not really. I enjoyed watching it, but then I said, does it make me want to watch the show? And the answer was no.
No.
Do you think that if you hadn't seen The Simpsons ever and you saw a Simpsons movie, you would feel the same way?
I was wondering too, like,
different, because I think it's sense of humor wise too. I find the humor in The Simpsons more my alley than I do in Bob's Burgers, right? So that's why I think it's so subjective. That I do think that people who like, if people are like, oh, if I like the show, well, I like the movie. I think you'll love the movie. I think you'll love the movie. I think, but I don't think it's going to be one of those movies that's going to just get you on board and go, oh my God, I got to go binge the entire series now.
Is this show a huge success?
I think it was a big success. I think it was one of those kind of, more towards, gets geared more towards adults. And even though there's like a kid's story, because I was watching it.
R-rated or PG-13?
No, it's more PG-13. But it's like adult type of themes. As I was watching it, I'm like, I don't necessarily know if my 10-year-old
I don't
would love this. But
it's
either
not
way,
quite Rick and Morty,
Okay.
dirty. But I think from what I saw, it didn't. Yeah, I thought it was okay, but it didn't make me like. I've seen an episode here, a little bit of an episode, and
it's not hilarious.
Didn't make me want to watch the whole thing.
The animated series needs to be.
But I know people that love it.
Yes.
Bob's the main dude.
Bob and Louise, is that her name? I think is the wife. They're like the two. He's just kind of like. What I did like was the dynamic of the family, where a lot of times you see where they're just going to be making fun of each other and they don't like each other, and they're not. They're kind of like a tight-knit family, and Bob's just kind of like not a very aggressive dude, and he's just kind of like, should I do this? Should I do that? And she's like, you can do this. She's always encouraging to him, and
that's nice.
It is sweet. It is, and she's not
funny, but it's sweet.
But she's like, come on, you can do this, and it's a guy saying, it, and he sounds like that. He's like, get out there, Bob, and do what you gotta do, Bob. Come on, this is for the family, and it's like, whoa. But again, if you like the character, then you're gonna. I
wonder why they made that choice.
I don't know. I mean, look, clearly it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, I was talking.
Can't knock it.
RB3 was there at the screening when I saw it, and I said, were you a fan of the show? And he's like, I was. I said, did you like it? He's like, I liked it a lot. And I was like, you see, that's exactly what this is. They good for them. They made the movie for fans of the show, and I think fans will enjoy it. I don't think it's gonna. I can't imagine it took too much to make that movie.
It's theatrical release.
Yeah. It comes out the same weekend. Well, it comes out this weekend, tomorrow.
So you think people should go see that before Top Gun, right?
No. Speaking of Top Gun, following 2 years of delays, Top Gun Maverick is hitting this Memorial Day holiday weekend and hopes to give us the return of a massive blockbuster launch that doesn't revolve around superheroes. I think it's going to serve it well, to be honest.
Yeah.
The sequel is reportedly headed for the biggest opening of Tom Cruise's career at the domestic box office, with a 4-day gross at least $92 million. Wait until that new Mission Impossible comes out.
Yeah.
And
insane.
Really good. You see that stunt?
Yeah. Great.
Holy crap. And plenty predicting that it's going to go well above $100 million. The film is getting ecstatic reviews, which promise a must-see big screen experience, but it's not clear whether older consumers will rush out to see the film on opening weekend. Indeed, Cruise's films, including the Mission Impossible franchise, tend to open smaller, but play along the other tentpole juggernauts, including Marvel and Fast and Furious. In North America, Maverick will host Thursday previews, yada, 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 blah, blah. Disney's also releasing the Bob's Burgers movie, which also get very good reviews and is tracking to gross $10 to $14 million. That's a good for that movie.
That
10 to
would be
14
really
million. That's really good for that movie. Good for that. See, good for them. And it's getting good reviews. So, like I said, that's a movie that I would tell you, the Bob's Burgers again. I had the review on the channel, but it's not one that my review is not one you should go to. If
Right.
you're like a massive fan
I
of
know
the
what
show.
you mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you're someone like
But it's
me,
good for me because
That's what
I've
I
never
mean.
seen the show.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably after your review, I probably won't go see the movie.
Yeah.
But if it's on and I'm home and I'm sitting
And
there
you might enjoy
and
it.
comes on, I might just like keep it on.
And you might enjoy it. You might very well enjoy it. And you might, it might be one of those movies that, because if you accept the characters and you like the characters and you respond to them right away, it's not one of those things where I'm going to say, Rox, you're going to hate this movie because you're not going to relate to any of the characters. You might love them.
I have a really hard time with animated
Then
movies.
you might not like
Super
this.
hard time.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm definitely not the audience. And you already know my sense of humor is fucking weird.
It's weird.
And
That's why you might like it. There's some stuff. Zach Galifianakis is a voice in it. Kevin Kline is a voice in it. I don't know if they were voices.
Zach Galifianakis is a voice in the show?
I don't know if he's a voice in the show, but he's a voice in the movie. And I think even Sarah Silverman pops in at one point.
I think Sarah Silverman
Was
is
she?
part of it, but
Okay.
that would
sure.
stink. I hate when they do. I mean, they've got the voice actors.
Yeah,
But
they
they're
get the
new
bigger
but these are new characters though too. So maybe they
okay,
brought it.
okay,
maybe
so-
they are. I don't know. I can't tell you.
But I hope the
I could have
family's
just
the
made that up.
same. I hope the
Family's the same.
Yeah, that's
Family's
gotta
the
be.
same.
Sounded like me just talking and then be like, I don't know actually if
I know. I
said
could have
it.
just made that up.
Yeah.
And they may be new characters
Probably
that
like-
they revoiced, and the original actors are like trying to knock down the walls.
Yeah.
But as far as Top Gun Maverick goes, and this is what the whole damn show is about right now. People are like, why wouldn't you talk about that? 100 million is a great opening weekend for that movie, and as we talked about, that word of mouth is going to help it tremendously. What I am seeing a lot of, which I'm obviously happy about for selfish reasons, but also because people are getting excited about it. There's more comments coming in on my review of Top Gun Maverick because people are going to see it. These early screenings that are now happening for fans, and they're going and seeing it, and they're like, "I just saw this movie. I couldn't believe it. I thought you were overhyping it. You weren't. I hated. I didn't like the first movie. I love this movie. This is so great. And all of the people are now, and other people are tweeting this out and they're saying how they couldn't believe the hype, and that the hype. It's one of those movies that has been so hyped that usually is a detriment to a movie.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like that's the case with this film.
Do you want to know what I did that was really stupid?
Sure.
So Kristian's been telling me for a long time that I need to work on my YouTube channel, which I just like have an inability to do because I'm doing 5,000 things, and he's always giving me great tips, and I'm always saying thank you so much and then not taking them. So
Yes, true.
one of the ones that he gave me recently is that I should be uploading shorts, like any of the things that I'm uploading my TV or movie reviews, just upload them to YouTube because I'm already doing them. So that's an easy way to do
Right.
it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that for Top Gun. So I, for the first time ever, took his advice, and I uploaded my Top Gun short, and I was sitting there, I was like so proud of myself, and just never looked at it again. And the other day, I'm sitting with Darina, and Darina was like, by the way, thanks for doing that Top Gun thing for us. It's getting thousands of views. And I was like, motherfucker.
You put it on World
Upload it
Girls?
to my channel.
Smooth. So I'm glad it worked.
She was like, that was dope that you did that. I was like,
Yeah.
So you didn't tell her?
I go, and she was like, you didn't mean to do that, did you? I go, no.
Hilarious.
Totally dope.
Hey, yeah, I mean, look,
glad that
you
worked out.
probably brought in, how many subscribers did it bring in?
I don't know. I'm
Probably a
too
bunch.
scared to look at it.
I'm sure.
And
Hey,
I was like, now do I do another? Do I re-upload it to mine? Do I do another? And I was like, no, the moment's passed.
Yeah.
it's passed. But I'll be honest with you. I think it probably served better to go there because, being honest with you, that channel's more consistent.
Yeah, that channel's super consistent. My
Yeah.
channel's all over the place. My channel has now become, I have something to say today, so I'm going to go live at this moment.
It's probably better that you put Top Gun on that channel, to be honest.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Make me feel more confident.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but are we surprised? Do you think so? They're tracking 100 million. What do you think the number is going to be?
So as somebody who is awful at this stuff,
Yes.
notoriously, I do think it will hit that.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't think it'll pass 120.
I think 118 is safe.
Yeah, that would be good.
I think 118. Are you going to go see this movie in the theater or what?
I've hyped this up to
the
people, and I
lady?
haven't even seen it. I've hyped it up to my wife, my
Yeah.
in-laws.
What are you saying to them?
I'm
Yeah,
just
how
like-
are you saying?
Well, I'm like, I know people in the biz. And they're saying this thing is great, so I hyped it up to, I saw the in-laws and I hyped it to them, told my mom she's got to get her movie group to go to it, and they don't get it. I said, pick this movie.
Her
Don't go
movie
see,
group?
she goes to movies every Tuesday with this group, and they always see like, a dog's life type of movie.
Right, right.
Somebody always picks crap, and I'm like, don't let them pick crap.
Pick Top Gun Maverick.
Pick Top Gun Maverick. Well, but so-and-so picks it. No, you pick them.
You pick it this time.
Yeah,
Come on,
so-
Mama Sheridan. Let's do it.
But yeah, I Everything Everywhere All at Once is
Oh, yeah.
one that I
That's one I gotta-
definitely
I gotta
want to
see
go
that
see
movie.
that. But
And I'm just worried because, like I said, with Celebration coming out this weekend, my weekend shot, I was going to plan on seeing it like during the week, that movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And, but yeah, I'm pumped for this weekend with Star Wars Celebration.
What's your plan?
So let's get into all of that. I want to talk about Celebration because I know you have a lot of questions about it. And
Yeah.
but before we even do that, Roxy, I know that gave you a pack. Athletic Greens. Did you try it yet?
Yeah.
You're lying. So you need to. Honestly, you need to. 'Cause Brett, why do you love this so much?
It gives me a boost of energy in the morning. It's the first thing I do. Empty stomach, I drink this. I put the little vitamin drops in there, and I feel like I've already started my day with something healthy, which usually I started it with crap.
Well, I'm getting a lot of people who are now trying it and saying how they were worried about the look of it when they put it in their drink, and then they're like, but then I tasted it and I couldn't believe you weren't lying. It actually does taste good. And I was like, I know it does, and they said I am getting that energy. It is. So I'm getting a lot of positive responses. And please, if you are trying Athletic Greens, and you please let us know in the comments, and I will highlight those and let people know about it like I just did. So and it was Bret that just kept telling me, hey man, I know that Athletic Greens, so you want to sponsor the show, you should do it. I'm loving it. And I'm loving it, and it was Bret who gave me that kick in the butt to do it. And I always wanted to get the better gut health, the more energy, the optimized immune system, and I'm feeling it, man. I've been doing it now for a little bit. I put it in the water bottle, I shake it up. It's great. And so for people who don't know, you just take one delicious scoop of Athletic Greens, and you get 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source, superfoods. It's great. I dig it because, like I said, I can just get that extra boost, and especially I've been waking up early with the kids, and it's like you start to crash at one point. It's like, nope, give me those vitamins, and I got it, and I'm digging it. It helps my lifestyle tremendously. I'm going to bring some with me to Star Wars Celebration. The taste, I talked about it. It's got that fruity taste. It's very easy. You go, uh-oh, what's this going to taste like? And you'd be surprised. It tastes really good. It's lifestyle friendly, whether you're eating, if you're dairy free, if you're gluten free. Less than 1 gram of sugar, which is awesome. And Athletic Greens uses the best of the best products based on the latest science with constant product iterations and third-party testing. It costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than your cold brew habit. Athletic Greens has over 7,000 5-star reviews, and it's recommended by professional athletes. It's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's all you got to do. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. So to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. But you got to visit athleticgreens.com/bigthing. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/bigthing. You got to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. And when you do that, like I said, you're not only investing in yourself, you're helping out the show tremendously. So make sure that you head on over there and you pick yourselves up some. And then when you get them, please let me know on any video, whatever it is, if it's a review, it's one of these, let me know. I want to know what you guys are, how you guys are liking it, what you guys are experiencing when taking Athletic Greens. So thank you so much. All right, Roxy, you got questions about Star Wars Celebrations?
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? Did you really not know what Star Wars Celebrations is talking about?
I was there in Chicago, but I didn't actually ever venture inside because
where were you?
Alcohol.
You were there for the show,
yeah.
obviously for Schmodown.
Yeah, and so I was around it, but the other day I asked Dee, I don't even know if there's a preview day or what the difference between the days are, or why one property has 4 days. What
Sure.
kind of what is it?
Perfect. So when you go to, you've been to Comic-Con many times.
Yeah.
So when you go to Comic-Con and you're walking the floor, as I've mentioned to many people on this show, it's someone who's a fan of all the geeky stuff. When you're walking the floor of Comic-Con, it's like, oh, there's Batman. I love that. I'm going to stop there. But then there's this Lego stuff that I don't really know too much about. I'm going to move on. Oh, there's this other comic I don't know about.
So many properties.
So many. Star Wars is just Star Wars.
Right. So if you like Star Wars.
Yeah, you can just turn, I always bring up after I have this little spiel, I always bring up the thing. I remember going for one of the first times and walking and looking at this lightsaber kind of display, and then they just stopped everybody and pushed everybody back, and it seemed like an infinity amount of cosplayers came through with a parade, and stormtroopers and Princess Leia's. Yeah, it was planned, and wow. They march through with the music blasting and everything, and it's great. There's tons of cosplay. There's great booths. They have all of people from Star Wars all over, whether it's Katie or Sam Witwer or Mark Hamill, and you can go to the booths and take pictures with them.
Things?
Yep. And any
of the people in the movies?
Yeah. Mark Hamill.
But you said Mark
Yeah.
Hamill.
So
like
Hayden
all of them?
Christensen been there. I mean, it just depends. They always
don't know.
announce. They announce who's going to be there. They announce like I don't usually do that, but a lot of people do. For me, the reason I go and the reason I really love it is for once Lucasfilm bought or was bought by Disney. Star Wars Celebration has been going on for a long time, but the difference is it started to become a place where they would start to announce new things because there were no new movies or anything. That's not what Star Wars Celebration was. It was Comic-Con, same thing.
It was a celebration of Star Wars.
Yeah, and they still do that obviously. But they once 2015 came, and they previewed the trailer for The Force Awakens, and then there was the Rogue One announcement and all that. They didn't, I don't even think, realized it until it was like 2016 when they went to London, and it was a fart bomb of as far not the celebration itself, but the media part of it, of the announcements, and they realized that they had to have stuff because I remember it just being a total wet fart where like the Rogue One wasn't even complete. It was a mess. The stuff that they showed, they didn't even put it out publicly. And then Orlando was a lot of great stuff that they did release. And then Chicago was a lot of stuff that they did release. So it starts to become a thing where, and now with the shows, this is like the first year where the shows are like in full swing. Like the last celebration, they were prepping for The Mandalorian, obviously.
And then I'm getting confused with D23 because that's where our announcements mostly came out of for Star Wars.
Some announcements came out of D23, but D23 announces a lot of stuff there, like Marvel.
Lizzie McGuire.
They did, and then it got canceled.
That's very sad.
Yeah. So, but they do. But there's a lot of stuff that they announce at D23. But Star Wars Celebration will be, and people are asking like today. I mean, obviously from today, you're probably going to get a massive announcement of something.
So tell me, I want the predict. Like today is Thursday. It is 8:45 in the morning right now, and today you are expecting.
I think today is it's a live action panel. I can't remember which one it is. I don't remember if it's today where it's the TV stuff or not, but I can't. I know that we're going to a panel today at I think 10 o'clock, 10:30, and it's a live. I should bring up the website.
Are you watching Obi-Wan today?
Friday.
So you don't get to see it there.
I think that they're going to show it. I think that they're going to screen it for people. I think that's the reason why they pushed it back.
And are you people?
They haven't said anything to anybody about it, not the media-wise. I know that there's a press conference with Ron Howard tomorrow, which is awesome. I think that there might be some kind of news that he's doing something.
Like what?
I don't know. Otherwise, why would you have a press conference?
I don't even really know what a press conference is.
You don't know what a press conference is?
I do, but like, what do you mean they're having a press conference at the
Star Wars Celebration? They invited a bunch of media to go to the press conference.
Isn't the whole thing a press conference?
No, press conference is something where they say we want to do a press conference, and they go, we want to have Ron Howard is going to be there, and you're invited to the press conference because there's probably going to be an announcement of something of some sorts.
I feel like all announcements at a place with press is a press.
It's not a press conference though. Not when it's deemed. It's like
what makes it a conference.
The difference is because clearly there's something I think that they're announcing to the press inside of that. That's the ultimate. That's the reason, right? Why they're having that particular conference as opposed to like say a panel where they're going to show footage, they're going to announce cast. Mm-hmm. That's what I think we'll get on a lot of this stuff, whether it's Ahsoka. Mike Kalinowski and I have, and we're going to figure this out. We probably figured it out on Sith Council yesterday, but we pre-taped. So, we have one bet going for steak dinner while we're there. And the bet is that in Obi-Wan, we already know we see someone in the trailer. There's someone like hanging.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Oh, right.
And
Jedi.
That's what I say. He says no. He says it's just a villager. And I say, no way. That's got to be a Jedi that is trying to warn Obi-Wan or something like that. And so that's our first bet. The second bet that kind of came out of it is that I am convinced, especially even more so after that Vanity Fair article, that they're going to announce at least one live action film. Now, whether or not that movie comes out to ever come out in the theaters, who the hell knows? But they're going to announce at least one.
And that's going to be Taika's.
That's what I think. He says no. He says no, they're not going to announce any live action movies, nothing. I think that's crazy.
So what does he think? What does he think the big thing is?
I think he thinks cast. I think he thinks trailers, and which I agree with also. I think Andor will get a trailer finally.
Wait, cast of what?
Ahsoka will have. They're going to announce some cast from Ahsoka. Probably some of the Rebels characters. There probably some cast from Acolyte because a little bit more information's coming out about that show.
Are we expecting some big names for Ahsoka?
I mean, I know that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is pretty much confirmed already, so they'll probably officially announce her because like Ewan McGregor leaked it in his article, and then they had already leaked it before that.
Do we know as who?
That we don't know. Maybe we will learn that. Hayden Christensen was leaked to be in that series also, so maybe they'll officially confirm that. But yeah, and then I think that maybe you'll probably get a big name or two for Acolyte, maybe, or maybe some more confirmed cast.
I know this is so dumb, but
No,
which
it's not.
one's that one?
Which one? Andor?
Acolyte.
It's just a press conference.
It's just a press conference. Yeah, no, Acolyte. It's not dumb at all. Acolyte is the only show now because I thought there was another show that is going to be. Oh, and the John Watts show will probably be something they're going to announce officially.
Which one is that one?
So in the Vanity Fair article, they announced that they said that it was. It takes place. Everybody thought it was going to take place years before the prequels in the High Republic era, but they said it takes place probably around the same time in the Mandalorian era. But it's like more of like a Stranger Things show based on kids.
That's cool.
Yeah, in that area. Yeah,
We don't know what it's called.
Not yet. And John Watts, clearly with Spider-Man and everything he's done, can make that work. And that's why he's not doing Fantastic Four, by the way, because he's working on this Star Wars show.
Interesting to get. I wonder what choice. What would you make?
If I had done a whole bunch of Marvel stuff already and I love Star Wars, I would take Star Wars.
Yeah.
I
The show over the Fantastic Four could be.
Because maybe he's just done, and I think it's a little bit more of that too. They probably had Krasinski lined up, and he's like, look, I can do the Star Wars thing. Go with Krasinski, and because apparently Emily Blunt is on board now to do. They're saying it's for Sue Storm if he's going to play Reed Richards, which I was wrong about. Yeah, I was wrong about it. I thought he would just direct. Apparently he's going to... I mean, again, none of this is official. It's just all the rumors that are going around. But
You're telling me what Acolyte is, though.
Acolyte.
Acolyte?
Yeah. So Acolyte is... So it's the showrunner of... What's the one with Natasha...
Oh, it's Russian Dolls?
Yes, Russian Doll. So the showrunner of that show, I can't remember her name. I'm terrible with names. But so there's some information about this that came out recently too, which I'm very excited about. But the movie takes place 100 years before Episode 1, before Phantom Menace.
What's that time period called?
It's everybody thought it was the High Republic, but she went on record to say that it's like the end of the High Republic, and they call it, I forget what the hell they call it, but the Jedi aren't expecting any fights. They're all like in these like kind of outlandish outfits. Like there's no fighting with them at all. They're just
Chilling?
They're just chilling for the most part because no one's challenging them at all because there's no real big threats out there. There's no war. It's at a time, but the Sith have been working in the shadows for years. So this is I think the start of how we start to see eventually how Palpatine started to infiltrate. And Palpatine's not in it, but this is before he's born. But it's just like that lineage.
Is it Palpatine's Sith, the one that?
That's what I hope. Darth Plagueis.
Plagueis. Yeah, I heard all about him the other day.
I know, that's what I hope. But the thing is that
that'd be awesome.
This is
he got shanked. Right?
He got shanked by Palpatine.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't see that because Palpatine.
Bummer.
Well, Palpatine wouldn't be around. But this is something that, again, some Dark Horizons, more Star Wars, the Acolyte details emerge. This was very exciting to hear. Following more information about the upcoming Andor series arriving yesterday, Vanity Fair has also posted some new details about Star Wars series on the way, Acolyte. The mystery thriller project is one of the most anticipated of the upcoming series because it firmly moves the action outside the time periods around or being the film trilogies. Instead, the series unfolds around the tail end of the High Republic era between 1 to 3 centuries before the original trilogy. This offers a potential break from the heavy legacy characters inclusion much of the Star Wars to give us new faces and new storylines not seen in the franchise to date. Showrunner Leslie Headland, Russian Doll, Smilf, spoke with the outlet and explained the motivation for telling stories set in the glory days of the Jedi. The truth is, as I, a major mega fan, came to them with this idea, and I said, I think the best place to put this is an era you guys have not quite explored yet. They were enthusiastic. It wasn't that they didn't want to explore that world, but I don't think that they were already were, because The Mandalorian and a lot of the other television projects were relying on legacy characters. If you want to explore Star Wars from the perspective of the bad guys, I already love this, the best time to do it is when the bad guys are wildly outnumbered, when they actually are essentially the underdogs, for lack of a better term. My question in watching The Phantom Menace was always like, well, how did things get to this point? Do you know what I mean? Like, how did we get to a place where a Sith Lord can infiltrate the Senate and none of the Jedi pick up on it? What went wrong? What are the scenarios that led to this moment? So that's what I would say. That's how I would describe the High Republic to my friends, especially my non-Star Wars friends. Headland also confirms that classic wuxia films, martial arts stories, and ancient and fantastical settings are a big influence for the new series in the way samurai films and sci-fi serials were on Lucasfilms. I actually went more towards martial art films and storylines that are a little bit more personal and less global and galactic. I'm already loving everything I'm hearing about this series, by the way. Those warriors were on missions that were deeply personal, with personal feelings wronged and to make it right. But there's a little bit more that came out to this wasn't on there.
So
but
at what point are we at in this series? Like, is it written?
Yeah, I think it's already. It's. She's been writing it for 2 years, so that's what they said. But the other thing that came out.
Not production.
No, I don't think they started shooting yet. I think Ahsoka's the one that they're shooting right now, or they're wrap shooting Ahsoka. But I think Acolyte doesn't come out until like late 2023, so they'll probably start shooting probably towards the end of the year. But what they did also, Kathleen Kennedy said, was that she's been reading and taking a lot of stuff from the stuff that I like to hear from Legends books, whether it's Darth Plagueis, Darth Bane, any of those things. So I'm pumped that she's taken that type of stuff. But then there's something Tony Gilroy said that really made me, who's doing Andor, which made me go, uh-oh. He talked about how a lot of the stuff, the canon stuff, and he tried to spin it where he's like, fans think that they know. They'll look at Wikipedia and think that they know what it is, but we're going to tell you that all that stuff wasn't really true. And it's like, you're just kind of negating canon? That's what the hell's the point of making a canon? It's a whole other conversation. But
the question is,
Yes.
Roxy, do you want to go with me dressed up as Star Trek characters and troll people with a hidden camera?
I do.
Good.
I think we should. May the force be with you.
Yeah. You could
Do you know
dress
how
up
hard
as
it
one
is
of
for me to
those,
do this?
I'll be Shatner, you'll be one of the green ladies or something, and we'll go around and ask people people their favorite Star Trek.
Why does Roxy have to be the green lady? Why can't you be a green lady?
Yeah, but I'll be the green lady, and you're gonna be
Hold on.
canceled.
Can't
Tweet it
believe
out
it.
quickly.
Brett just said
She should be a sexy
Roxy
green
should be a
alien?
green lady. What year is this?
I'm very offended.
Unbelievable. Tweet it out.
It's because I'm
You
Jewish,
should be.
right?
You
Green
should
with
be
envy.
Shatner.
Oh,
I should be.
Unbelievable.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or,
So that was a lot. I mean, look,
or-
it's Star Wars
or-
Celebration, so we're coming. There's a
You
lot of
should be
Star
a
Wars
whore.
talk.
Or-
Do you know what else I'm excited about, guys?
What?
What?
I don't know if you knew this or not, but we got a brand new sponsor. Very excited about StoryBlocks. Have you heard of StoryBlocks? Well, I'm going to tell you about StoryBlocks. Video is the most effective way to capture an audience's attention. You guys know that. As a result, modern storytellers are challenged with creating more video content at a higher quality, involving more voices in the process and distributing on more platforms than ever before. A lot of barriers that creators face a lot of times is whether it's meeting output demands, time, budget, knowledge, creative inspiration, passion, burnout, and mental health. We can all relate to that for sure. StoryBlocks makes it possible for creators to keep up with the growing demands for modern video content so you can bring all your stories to life and stop sacrificing your vision due to time, budget, or resources. So, if you want to create more videos, StoryBlocks exists to help you bring all your stories to life without sacrificing your vision due to the time, budget, or resources. Every creator should have a StoryBlocks membership. So, what they have is they have an ever-growing library. It is demand-driven, so they're constantly optimizing and adding to their 4K HD footage, After Effects, Premiere Pro, templates, music, images, sound effects, and more to give you everything that you need to bring your stories to life. Assets are royalty-free, so you can use your downloaded content anywhere for commercial and personal use. Roxy will go to use that on her channel and put it up on the World Girls. And choose a plan that works for you from the selection of flexible subscriptions that scale to give you all the content and tools you need to focus on creating, not worrying about budget. StoryBlocks is changing the face of stock footage with more diverse and inclusive content in their library to help creators continue to tell their unique and authentic stories. So, they have unlimited access to, unlimited access plan that'll give you unlimited downloads of over the 1 million assets in their library. You can try out multiple options quickly and find the perfect fit so you can create more and spend less without sacrificing quality. So if you're a member of a large creative team, a marketing agency, or media organization, their enterprise license has your back with comprehensive coverage for your entire company that enables you to distribute wherever and whenever. So where you go is you go to storyblocks.com/big thing. Check out Storyblocks and sign up for their unlimited all access plan. Once again, that's storyblocks.com/big thing. That's exciting. I'm glad. I'm very happy to be with them. And once again, for everybody who's always asking about doing videos and making better quality videos, check out Storyblocks. And not only are you going to help out your videos, you're going to help out the show. So head on over there once again to storyblocks.com/bigthing. Okay, so this is exciting. We got something coming back here, Roxy. And I don't know if you remember how many people were if you've been with us, but Brett to the Future was a very popular segment we used to do on the Schmo Show. Well, the good news is that we own that bit. and we're going to be able to do that bit, and we're bringing it back. Ladies and gentlemen, for the return, here it is, Brett to the Future.
Oh, yeah. He's a Brett, he's Brett. Brett is back. Oh, God, into the future as a matter of fact. He's a Brett, now you better hightail. This man's rating movies on the negative scale.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Brett to the Future. Brett, what do you got for us?
Well, you're in for a treat today, Roxy. You ever seen a real movie pundit?
No.
You're not going to today, baby. Listen, today I will be reviewing Bronson. Story of Charles Bronson, not that one.
Oh, it's not this one? It's not this movie?
No, it is this
It's
movie.
this one.
No, it's that one, but I thought it was about
Charles Bronson.
When I saw this trailer
Oh,
before I
okay.
decided to pick this one, I was like, oh, this is a story of Charles Bronson. I don't think I watched it with the sound on or anything, and it was a little confusing to me that this would be the story of Charles Bronson. But this was thanks to Kristen Smith, who used to be compile all my stuff. She still had all the movies that I've rated before and everything that I still needed to watch, and this was on there. And I said, yes, I'm going to watch this one. And so what I did was I sat down and I looked up what it was going to be on, and it's on Hulu.
Nice.
And Hulu was just being a pain in the ass. It was like buffering and shit. It was really pissing me off.
So your experience already started rough.
Already started rough. And Roxy, I got to tell you this, the way the Brett of the Future movies are graded, they're on a negative scale, which was a goof on when Kristian and Mark decided to grade things from 0 to 100. I graded things from negative to 100 to 0 because you should go into every film thinking it's going to be absolute shit. And then it builds you back after that. And you're free to ask questions during this.
Yes.
There's no,
There's no rules.
There's no rules when it comes to Brett the Future, and I might not even get to the review.
Is this a real movie, and did you really watch
Do
it?
you not know Bronson? Look.
Real movie.
Tom Hardy.
I thought it was new. I don't know why I stumbled across the trailer. It came out
Tom
in 2008.
Hardy.
Yeah. Okay, quick question before I get into this too. Do we is he gotten in trouble for anything? Is
No,
Tom
he's
Hardy?
good.
No,
He's good right
he's
now.
good? Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Could
God.
be, give it time.
Because I think this man is.
I like Tom Hardy.
Oh
I'm just
God, I think he is just a hunk.
Dreamy, yeah.
Dreamy. You get to see his weens a bunch.
Oh,
in
look
this.
at that. So
Yeah.
You just signed Roxy up.
Yeah. And I gotta say, it made me feel good about my weens.
Oh, yeah?
His ween made you feel good about your ween?
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, hey, look it, we're both packing about. He's got a build like me. I think
Yeah.
if I worked out, I could be a little Tom Hardy-ish, which my wife wishes I was. But yeah, I mean, he's uncircumcised, so you
okay.
know, and it's behind some screen, but you do get to see some Tom Hardy.
How many weens do you give it?
I'll give it
You get it.
3 weens up.
3 weens
See,
up.
it's flaccid ween.
Yeah, it's flaccid ween. Yeah. So I don't know. He made me,
Isn't it always flaccid ween? They can't because then you get into NC-17 or rated or X if you start.
yeah.
to
What
get-
Oh,
is
is
the
that true?
rule on that?
Have you ever seen a non-flaccid ween that's been
What if you got a semi?
semi-ween? That's a new movie coming out next fall called
Yeah,
Semi-ween.
that's the sequel. To
It's
this one.
actually a storyline in that show Sam Levine's in, Minx.
Oh, is it?
Where somebody's on set and he can't get his hard
Oh.
and he can't get it down and they can't shoot until he can get it down. So yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to have that happen at a
That didn't
doctor's
happen,
office
no.
either.
No, but he doesn't get hard in this.
Happening?
No, it's a fear.
Oh.
Like you
Oh,
got a
yeah.
female doctor, so the last thing
You're
you
like
want to
dead dogs, dead dogs, dead
last
dogs.
thing you want to do is go in and say, hey, what do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was nervous when I
What do you
got my
say?
vasectomy. I was afraid.
No.
She's like, I'm going to tape your penis to your
Yeah.
stomach so I cannot and I'm like, don't get a hard on. Don't get a hard on. Because, I mean, just.
Did
Do
you?
you blast one off in a sock before you go to the office? You got to try, right?
I was flying on Valium to take away the nerves.
I'm just
of getting
saying, like
cut
you go
in
to
my balls,
you go to. I'm terrified. I have a new doctor that I'm going in a couple of weeks, and it's my wife's Doctor too, the same one, and I was like, oh man, I gotta do something.
You guys have never ever gotten hard with a doctor?
No.
No.
I mean, thank God. I mean,
the chill of the room and stuff. And when I was a kid, my doctor was like 100 years old and be like, turn to the side and cough.
That's really getting me going, Doc.
Yeah. Bend over and crack a smile. He'd say, I'm like,
it's not the only thing I'm gonna crack.
Do you think it happens to them a lot?
I'm sure it happens.
Oh,
I'm sure it happens.
sucks.
Like, what do you? I mean, again, if it's like in the middle of a massage, it's like I didn't. I'm trying to tell him to cut that out. You grab it. I mean, this is. I'm sorry, Doc. I'm sorry. So Bronson.
See how these go?
Yeah.
Bronson, baby. Did I mention what a honk this guy is?
So what's it about?
Okay, so it's about England's most notorious prisoner.
Right.
Still alive, still in
Okay.
prison right now, I believe. I didn't get in much to researching about it, but it's a quirky little film. Very, I don't think the term that's used wrong all the time is stylized, but I'm going to use it. There's part of him doing like kind of interview type stuff, and like he's doing a stage performance in front of people. So you're kind of just seeing it's stuff in his head. He just wants to be big at something, and he says he's like, I'm not a good actor. I can't sing. So what else is there? And his goal is to become, after getting locked up for 7 years for robbing a post office, he just keeps going back in, and he just wants to be known as the biggest badass.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's beat. If you like seeing people get the shit beat out of them, this movie's for you.
Do you like this movie?
I do. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it because it was just quirky fun.
People love this movie.
What
Yeah.
year?
This
2008.
Now, when did it come out? Like, when is it about?
It's about this prisoner.
No.
way.
I'm saying, what year does the movie take place?
Oh, what year does it take place? It's in 74.
Okay, in the 70s.
It's 70s, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. And how's the period?
Starts off.
And does it seem like a very good period piece?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
It looks, the look of it I enjoyed because it's kind of got that grainy film thing, and I don't think this was a big budget deal. And the
No, it
the
wasn't.
director is
It's before he was.
Is this real?
Nicholas
movie?
Winding.
Yeah, I swear to God. Refn? He directed this?
Refn, yeah.
Refn? I didn't know Refn directed this.
Yeah.
Oh wow. He did Drive.
Oh.
He did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, a Neon Demon, and okay.
Yeah. I didn't realize that he did this movie.
now I see-
Oh, wow.
I see
Okay,
where
well there
the-
you go.
Yeah.
Chris Stuckman just woke up in a cold sweat. He loves Refn. The fact that I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I was like, is this gonna like what are we gonna get out of this? And you don't get the one. Okay, let's talk about the disappointing parts for it. It kind of just ended for me.
Yeah.
I felt it ended a little abruptly. I would have liked to maybe even see, and this is just dumb stuff, but like even just like a little cut at the end of the real guy
Right.
talking a little bit. I
I
always
love
loved
that stuff.
Right?
Well, is he alive?
He is alive, yeah, and he's still in prison. Yeah, they put him in. I don't know. Spoilers, guys.
I don't want it spoiled.
Okay, I won't spoil it. But
What are you laughing at?
I love because this legitimizes movie reviews. This segment, and I'm just thinking.
What are you laughing about? What
How
happened?
much this pissed people off, and we're bringing it back.
Oh, it didn't piss.
He talked about wings.
I think at this point with this show, you got to. My favorite thing that I did see the other day. By the way, was is that? Do you want to? Why don't you give your score first?
Let's
and we'll
wrap
talk
it up.
about
Yeah,
it.
this is,
Go ahead.
and when you're grading on a negative scale, it's kind of hard to do it, and I sometimes just throw it out there. So the abrupt ending didn't do it much for me, and I think I wanted to know a little bit more about why this guy was doing this, other than that he was just kind of crazy. So I gave it a negative 38.
No, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's decent. I didn't knock off too.
What's a great score? Negative 100?
The greatest score is a zero.
Zero.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen.
Oh yeah. He's a Brett, he's Brett, Brett is back. Our God into the future as a matter of fact. He's a Brett, now you better hightail. This man's rating movies on the negative scale. Brett,
This is great to have you back. All right, Brett to the future officially
So
back.
you have no questions about this. Like this, I pretty much
You nailed it.
nailed it.
Thank you.
No, I thought it was
Thank
amazing.
you. And thank you to Chris Clark, by the way,
Yes.
who did that theme song.
I like it.
It was great.
I like it.
Yeah. Yes.
The premise of because everybody always loves when a bit's explained. The premise of the bit is that Brett doesn't watch that many things, and then somebody else picks a movie and he watches it and reviews it.
Yes.
But Brett doesn't review movies for a living, so he reviews it in his
Terribly.
own Brett way.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was a really
good way to do it. Right?
Strong review for somebody who doesn't review. Like I thought you explained it pretty well.
Thank you.
Except for the fact that when I asked what year it took place in, you couldn't get.
You didn't know.
It is because it was like. I remember him mentioning 1974 in the film, but I can't remember if that was when he was a kid.
It billed itself as the Clockwork Orange for the 21st century. Do you think that's accurate?
You
can see what they were going for.
See what they were going for with that because
based on your description, it wasn't that at all.
Yeah. I don't.
You can't review Brett's.
I mean, it's violence.
Review.
You can. We can start a new segment called Review Brett's segment.
Roxy reviews Brett.
Yeah.
It's Roxy.
Did I sell the film, or did?
Yeah. Well, you almost ruined it, but then you didn't.
You
so
sold
I think you
good.
sold it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think so.
The other thing, let's see if there's some more stuff in here that we should talk
The
about.
Weens sold
And the Weens.
What are you thinking?
I don't know if there's anything else. We talked about The Acolyte, which is great. James wants it. Malignant 2. I never saw Malignant 1. Did you ever see Malignant 1?
No.
Yeah.
No. You did? You saw Malignant 1? Do you think there should be a 2? Look at Brett. Brett's coming in hot today. You can't remember it, can you?
No.
That's perfect.
It's something to do with like the tumor's the twin or something. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
but
wait. So Malignant that's right. It came out last year.
Yeah, I heard something about that tumor's the twin.
That's
and
right.
they're
I
twins.
hear great things. Okay.
I'm not spoiling it because I've
No.
never seen it. That's just my prediction based on it being called Malignant.
So
being horror.
Let's see what else here. So I'm trying to think. There's anything? Oh, the trailer for Thor came out. What are we thinking with Thor? Trailer.
That was funny.
So it's funny.
Yeah,
So
it's a bummer to me. I was like, can we get back to the game? And everybody was tweeting about this trailer, and I was in the middle of a Celtics game, so
Right.
I didn't even know there was going to be a trailer.
Okay.
And then I go to the internet, and everybody's like, "Where's the trailer? Where's the trailer?" I'm like, "Can you guys just shut the fuck up and watch the game?" But then the trailer is actually good.
trailer I liked a lot. It's the same thing. It's Taika. So I'm excited for it. I saw a lot of. I was reading the comments from the trailer reaction that I did, and I think there were a lot of fair questions about whether or not the humor is going to overpower the film, right? I thought that Ragnarok was a nice blend. I thought it had some good stuff, and I think that some people are still, and I think it's fair, some people are still upset that Thor is no longer this kind of like serious kind of like, people were always wondering if they were going to get like the Lord of the Rings type of Thor, right? And that question is pretty much answered. You know,
got
I thought
Thick
Ragnarok
Thor.
was too heavy with the.
you thought it was too heavy?
Yeah.
See, I
Genuinely?
Yeah, I genuinely
thought it was
thought
too funny.
it was just it was a little
too jokey.
Yeah.
Like, see, that's what
I
I
don't
felt.
like humor.
I love humor, but I think there were jokes
In
that could
this.
have breathed.
You're not alone
longer.
in that. But I think I feel that way
Why
more
are you
so.
staring at me saying
You need
breathe?
to tell me if breathe
He's
is.
just staring at me, Kristian. Kristian,
know, Roxy, is it
what he just
breathed
did.
or
He looked at me and goes, breathed? Breathed? And just kept repeating it.
Okay, listen, you two.
Breathed?
And people are wondering. They're going, "Can you guys come back?" I'm getting those old school vibes. Like, yeah, me too. All right, listen. So, as far as Guardians 2, I felt that way. Jokey, too much joke.
I remember
too much
you
joke,
felt
too
that
much.
way because you don't like when all characters are making jokes, even the non-funny ones.
When it's not. I thought Dave Bautista's jokes in Guardians 2 were funny. I just feel like his character just
have done it.
No, it just kept going. Like it was.
Kind of sounds like he agreed with you actually in press. Yeah, talking about like how his character didn't do what he wanted his character
Oh, wow,
to do.
interesting. But then you go to something like The Peacemaker, which is tons of jokes, and I think it works good. And I think the tone is different. So, and that's obviously the same guy with James Gunn. And the Suicide Squad, same thing. This movie does seem even heavier than Ragnarok in the trailer that we got, but Christian Bale looks phenomenal as Gore.
I thought that the entire thing looked really good. And then also, it's a trailer, so they're going to try to make it punchy. So I'm not worried at all, but I loved Ragnarok.
I did too.
So
I did too. I thought Ragnarok to me is the best out of the three Thors.
I mean, do you disagree with that, Brett?
Oh no, not at all.
So even people
the
who
way
don't
you
love
just
it.
set it up is if he disagree with
Yeah.
you, cut his balls
Do you
off.
disagree with that?
Do you
Because
want to breathe anymore?
because-
Yeah, that's right.
breathe.
Yeah.
Well, some people think Thor, the first Thor, is better than.
No way. The second Thor is a legitimately bad movie, so it's not even in the
You
running.
know what's so funny is that I don't hate that
Oh my
movie.
gosh.
I don't
I
hate
didn't
it.
hate any of it.
Rewatching it is like stabbing yourself in the
See,
eye
that's
holes.
I felt the opposite. I rewatched because I remember seeing it in the theater the first time, going that wasn't that bad, and then everybody hating it, going maybe it wasn't that good. I don't know. I mean, and I remember being in the conversation, going, and then Sadie and I did a rewatch of a lot of the Marvel movies last year or a year and a half ago now, and I remember watching that movie, going, I don't mind it.
Oh, miserable. When I was dating Ben, we used to have watch
Wait a minute, you
movies
guys
that
dated-
yeah,
you dated
I know,
Ben?
it's crazy.
What the hell?
When we used to have to watch movies that I fucking hated all the time because of Schmodown stuff. And if he hadn't seen it in a while or whatever, refreshing. So I used to watch like some legitimately bad movies,
Yeah.
and that was a movie that he made
Couldn't
me
do
sit
it.
down and rewatch, and I was like, I actually would rather just like sit by myself in silence in the other room than sit here.
Wow,
any
see,
longer. I thought it was really bad.
See, I think there's other Marvel movies that I probably would feel that way, but I think
Like what?
I don't want to watch Guardians 2 again. I'm gonna have to do
But
it.
you would rather watch Thor,
Thor, yeah.
Dark
Yeah.
World than
Guardians
Guardians
2?
2?
Yeah.
That is a twat take.
Sorry, it's my take.
Breathed.
Eat it.
Breathed.
Eat it.
Breathed.
Eat it.
But no, the humor did not take. I enjoyed it still. It's just that was my only little gripe. It could have been a little more
Yeah.
air between those jokes.
but
Be less funny.
yeah, but Gore looks good.
Yeah.
This Bale's
That seemed to be
character.
what
Yeah.
Twitter was talking about most.
Looks good, and there's like some Frank Miller stuff going on there with Sin City, the way it's kind of shot at the black and white world that they go to. So it's I have faith in Taika, because even someone asked me, like, well, when you see all these jokes and stuff, and now are you scared about him directing Star Wars? I'm like, yeah, but he directed Mandalorian, and his Mandalorian episode was phenomenal.
My favorite thing he's ever done is Jojo Rabbit.
Good movie also, and there's
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
look, and there's some stuff in that movie that is heartbreaking
Yeah.
and devastating, but also funny
There's
and
some funny
endearing.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
You had
what
something
we do
you were
in
going
the
to say.
shadows.
What?
What we do in the shadows.
Oh, it's a
is
good one
amazing.
also. Yeah. Look.
I'm not loving his new, what the fuck is this pirate show called that I'm watching? The Blackbeard show. I do not love it.
Shoes and Beef Steal the World.
Yeah.
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 Shoes and Beef
I
Steal the
wanted
World.
to see that.
It's
Yeah.
What the fuck is
What
it
did you
called?
watch? Fredericks on Netflix the other day?
Fredericks.
How
Yeah.
was? Tell us about Fredericks.
Well, talk about another film that had too many jokes. It was
Yeah.
like it was like they were it was like
It's about a
Oprah was
deli,
there,
right?
Like going, you get a joke, you get a joke,
Yeah.
you get a joke.
Oh.
yeah.
But who's in it?
Who's in that? Well,
In the Fredericks, it's about a deli.
It's
In
a-
what year?
yeah. This is in the 70s.
It was
too.
the 70s
Yeah.
also,
Oh, wow.
right?
Yeah, it was the
Weird coincidence.
It was kind of around the time
Yeah.
of the Son of Sam.
Okay.
You know, it's like it's one of these kind of things, but then they try to make light of
Right. Of
what's
all of
going
it.
on
Of life.
of the horrible thing that's going on, and the Summer of Sam, and
Right.
but through this deli,
Right.
it just seemed campy to me.
They
Is that
named all
the
this.
J-Lo one?
Yeah, it's J Lo's
Right.
back, you
Right.
know,
J-Lo's
better
back.
than ever.
They thought this was going to save Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
J Lo, and you've got Fred
Paul
Armisen
Rubens?
is in this.
Paul
Paul
Rub-
Rubens, which you know what, I'm glad he's back. He
Yeah,
got
me
a
too.
bad rap
He
for the
Smash one off.
Smash.
That's what the documentary
All
was
he
called.
was doing was smashing one off.
Smash them one off.
What's he do at the deli?
Smash those one off.
yeah. He's just a regular. He's one of these guys that's always there, and,
Okay.
and he never
Who plays the
never
chef?
spends any money.
Who's the chef in the back? Is that
That's Vic Tayback.
all right, listen. That's definitely not a real movie. All right, so look, thank you guys.
Who
I'm gonna-
Vic Tayback is?
yeah, who is that?
It's Alice's Diamond. It's Mel.
Oh, nice job. That's our show.
Still don't
Once
get
again,
it.
this is what you get on Thursdays. I hope that you're enjoying what me and Roxy and Brett are putting down. We have a lot of stuff going on. As I mentioned to you earlier, please subscribe to us on podcast feed. You got everything, whether it's Sith Council, this show, it's all in the Big Thing podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. And if you haven't done this already, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, do all of that. We're almost at 50,000. If we hit, well, that's not really true. We're almost at 45 right now. But if we hit 50,000, if we hit 50,000 by June 1st, we're doing a lemon pie. But who knows what can happen during Star Wars Celebration? It could be a big weekend. Join us, and we're going to have a lot of the big thing coming to you guys in July and August, 5 days a week eventually. So I want to thank Roxy. Thank you to Brett Sheridan and to the whole crew. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's been real.